everyone. Welcome back. Sorry if I'm a couple minutes late here. A couple technical difficulties again. I'd like to welcome you back for day 2 of Pathway to Peace. And we've got a lot of stuff to cover today, so I hope you've brought your paper and pencil or pen or whatever you want. I have my lucky little Rudolph pencil. And I feel like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood here. He switches his sweater. I always have to take off my bracelets. So, again, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And today will be another day just like yesterday. I have all my notes, so I make sure that I don't miss anything for you guys. And let's get started. Relax into your space comfortably. Make sure that you've got something to write with and a pad of paper. I can give you a second here to go grab that while I cue up just a little bit of music today that I found to use with our grounding exercise to begin with. So, there we go. So just a little bit of light music to help us along the way. So I'd like you to begin by getting comfortable in your chair. Feet flat on the ground. Your hands on your legs, on your thighs, relaxing. Relax into your chair, back, up against the back of your chair if you have a back. So I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Slowly again, take that deep breath in and another exhale through the mouth, relaxing deeper with each inhale. And exhale. And in one more time. Continue on this relaxing breath path. I want you to imagine a gentle light surrounding you. It's warm and safe. It's loving. With every breath in, this light grows stronger. You feel the light enter your body and it permeates every cell. It's bright, it's peaceful. I want you to take a moment to invite your loved one to be with you. As they sit beside you, you feel comfortable and peaceful. Imagine the love between you. It's not gone. It's still there. It always has been and it always will be. It is just transformed. Feel that love and light. Let it guide you. Relax. Say the things you want to say to your loved one. Thank them for joining you on this journey today as you continue on your pathway to peace. Remember, grief is a journey. Each of us carries our own story. There is no right or wrong way to feel. There's only this moment. However you're feeling today, whether you're feeling heavy, numb, or uncertain, you're welcome here today. Continue breathing in and exhaling fully. As we move through our experience today, I want you to feel present. Relax into today's experience. I encourage you to be present with whatever emotions might arise for you. Just let them be. Do not judge. Do not resist them. They're just awareness. Awareness of where you are on your journey. Continue breathing in and exhaling fully. Now in your mind's eye, I want you to envision a magnificent phoenix. Its feathers shimmer with hues of gold, red, and orange. It's strong, resilient, and wise. This phoenix represents your journey, your ability to rise from the loss and grief, renewed and empowered. Watch as the phoenix spreads its wings, flames flickering with life. It bows its head as if it's acknowledging your pain, your strength, and your story. And then, with a powerful push, it soars into the sky, rising, lifting, ascending. Now you see yourself becoming one with the phoenix. You feel the fire of renewal within you. You are not lost in the ashes. You are rising. You are transforming. You are reclaiming your power. Take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale once again. Again, inhaling the energy of the phoenix and exhaling the heaviness. You are ready to release. As we bring this visualization to a close, you know the phoenix is within you and it is there always. As you return to your chair, you know that whenever you need strength, whenever you need that reminder of the resilience that already lives inside of you, you will think of the phoenix. You will take yourself back to this space and remember what you processed today in this visualization. So gently bring your awareness back to this space. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Get ready to open your eyes. Open them slowly. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Maybe a bit lighter. Maybe more grounded. Maybe something entirely different. Whatever is present, just honor it. You are here. You are rising. And you are never alone on this journey. As you bring yourself back, open your eyes. Welcome. Turn off our music there. So yesterday we covered in day 1, recognizing, which was naming your pain, releasing, giving it breath, allowing it to live, and then reconnecting. Connecting it to yourself, to your purpose, your people, and even your spirit. So making sure that everything is all reconnected with yourself. All these feelings are valid. All these feelings are purposeful. Every feeling that we have has a reason for itself to be there. And we use all those feelings to help ourselves heal. Today's theme is rebuilding and reframing. So we're going to do a few exercises where we will rewrite your personal grief statement. And I always use a lot of my own little stories and my examples as well to kind of help you along the way a little bit. So I hope you don't mind hearing more of my grief story. It's a long one. So today we're going to shift the internal narrative from loss only to love and growth. So an example of this in our original grief statement, I've had a few of them that I jotted down, but I have one that was about my friend Mark. And in my original statement was the day that Mark passed away crushed me to the core because he was that one goodbye I never thought I'd have to say. That's my first narrative of my grief story. And to reframe it, because there's always a reframe in everything that we feel. So that was my big major grief statement. And my reframe to that was losing Mark crushed me. But the years of friendship, the laughter we shared, the experiences myself and all of our friends experienced with Mark, we carry forward through continuing our camping trips, our concerts. We shared moments with him. We share those moments again with each other. We talk about him on a regular basis. And we still stayed a large group of friends. And the biggest thing that we've learned is that we always say, I love you. You never know if you will not get that chance to say it again. So in our friend group, never used to feel like we needed to hug each other goodbye or say I love you, but we do now. Since Mark has passed, we know that nothing is a promise. You never expect to say goodbye to a friend. We never expect to say goodbye to anyone that we lose. But reframing that and knowing that we're able to keep him alive helps us immensely. So I want you to write down a grief belief that you hold. It could be when I lost blank, I felt devastated. And then gently rewrite it. Shift that pain to power, from loss to love. Share if you'd like in the chat below, or privately message me with your rewritten grief statement. It is one exercise that will help you on some of your worst days to manage to rewrite it. When you find yourself in tears and you don't feel like you want to go on, write down what feelings you're having and then rewrite it gently again, shifting that pain to power, from loss to love. Again, I would love to hear your comments. Segment 2 of our training today is the 4 pillars of healing. We have reflection, resilience, reconnection, and renewal. So reflection, the definition of reflection is looking inward with curiosity, not judgment. So my example is when my brother passed away, I journaled every day. I let myself question how I felt. I let myself ask, what is it that I need today? And be honest about what am I avoiding today? Many times there were a lot of things that I was avoiding because I didn't want those feelings to creep back in. I didn't want that sadness. So I avoided a lot. So even though I may have avoided something or someone that day, I allowed myself time to reflect on it. We sometimes tell ourselves stories about how we should be or how we would like to be on any given day after a loss. I became okay with not being okay. And you too are okay with not being okay. It's okay to not be okay on certain days. It's a not okay day. And I knew that I needed to go about my work and look good on the outside. And I knew deep inside that I was still not okay, and that was all right. So, in reflection, looking inward with curiosity, I did not judge the days that I didn't feel like talking to anybody. I was all right with that. Next is resilience. The definition of resilience is the capacity to bend without breaking. So, this is when you keep showing up, even though it's hard. You'll have those difficult days. My example for that was after Mark passed away, I showed up for his family. I didn't feel strong. I didn't want to be there. But resilience isn't feeling strong, it's acting with your heart even when you're feeling weak. There were many times that I felt far too weak to go into his house to help clean and pack his things, but I knew it was something that needed to be done. And I also knew that by forcing myself to be there would not only bring me a sense of peace, but it would also bring me a connectedness to him. It was also very healing for me, even if a small bit, it allowed me some closure. So sometimes we do have to force ourselves to do those things that we really don't want to do, but we know that we can bend without breaking. Reconnection. The definition of reconnection is building bonds with life, with purpose, and with others. So, as an example, personally in my own, I joined grief communities. I began holding support groups. I'm not saying you need to start support groups, but if there's one in your area, I recommend you join one. They're very helpful. You can journal, you can phone a friend. Sometimes just speaking your pain out loud is what you really need. And if you don't want to go out, find a group online. We have a group online. You may be watching this through the group, Navigating Grief and Loss. I invite you to join that group. There's a lot of wonderful people in it with a lot of stories to share and a lot of good advice as well. So join a group if you're not ready to leave home. And I speak the names of those that I've lost. I speak Bella and Zoe's name, my pets that I've lost, all of my people that I've lost. I talk about them still and often. I invite others to hear my story, and I hope they can take even a small piece of it with them, and I hope it's healing for them as well. I hope it heals a small piece of their heart, and I hope this training heals a piece of yours as well. Those connections brought light to me in my darkest days. I know that all my storytelling is not only healing for me, but others tell me it's healing for them in the same way. I believe it's very healthy for us to share our stories. And if anyone wants to share a story, please share it in our group. You will have people read it, you will have comments, and you will see the love. Last is renewal. The definition of renewal is allowing something new to grow from the loss you have experienced. My example is rising after loss. It was born as part of my journey. I didn't plan it. It honestly rose from the ashes of what I had lost. I did not plan to create a 12-week program. I did not plan to be a grief coach. I have been a therapeutic coach since 2009, helping clients with many different issues and grief included. But after all of my losses and seeing how I made it through myself, I really wanted to share my experiences with other people. And that's where I created the Rising After Loss 12-week program. one-to-one coaching to help you through your pain and move from grief to peace once again. I was not sure I would ever be out of the pain. I wasn't sure that it was ever going to lessen after Mark's passing. All the other losses that I've experienced in my life. Loss certainly is no stranger to my world. I was able to hold it all together many times that I did not think I'd be able to. I never thought that I could stay together. And many times I almost didn't. Yet losing someone hurts in such a bad way, and grief exists even when you've not yet lost that person. We hurt the same before and after. Anticipatory grief is a really big thing. I've experienced anticipatory grief a few times in my life. When I was younger, my mom had a stroke right in front of me. We thought she had just a really bad pneumonia or something, and I took her into the hospital. And lying on the table in the OR, our personal doctor, thankfully, was the one that was on call that day. He told me, Dawn, your mom is having a stroke. And at that moment, my world completely changed. She went from my best friend to someone at times who wasn't even there anymore. She had her stroke a week prior to the TPA stroke drugs being approved by the FDA. There was no way that the doctor could give them to her. I even begged him to mix them up and said, I will give them to her. He couldn't. It was against ethics. I knew that. So I began grieving the loss of my mom while she was still here with me. And later, she developed Alzheimer's, which was again another loss in itself. She went from being my mom, my best friend, to being someone I cared for, and then being someone who didn't remember me many days. And that was really tough. So, anticipatory grief is real. Many people say, "Oh, come on. You don't start grieving until they're gone." No, you can grieve right along the whole path, and I did. And so did my family. I also aided my husband in providing hospice to my mother-in-law until her passing in February 2024. She was still very much here with us and knew there were things that had to be done before she passed, and helped us with all those decisions as well. It was a very different experience for our entire family. She made the decision when she wanted to stop taking her medications, and made the decision when she wanted to become comfortable and just be allowed to go. That was difficult. Still is difficult for our whole family. So I want you to once again close your eyes, relax again. We're going to visualize a grief bridge, the bridge to peace. So picture yourself standing at the edge of a forest. Before you is a beautiful bridge. It's strong, wooden, glowing with soft light. Behind you is the land of grief, filled with memories, sadness, love, and longing. Ahead of you is the land of healing, filled with courage, peace, and possibility. You take one step forward. You feel the boards beneath your feet very steady. You begin to slowly walk that bridge. You're not leaving your grief behind. You're bringing love with you. As you walk across the bridge, you feel stronger and stronger. You feel lighter. You pause in the center of the bridge. You look back for a moment with love. You turn and look forward with hope. Crossing this bridge does not erase your past. It honors it, while choosing to live again. New experiences and a new life rebuilt lies ahead. When you're ready, open your eyes again. Welcome back. Segment 4, resilience in action. So, we want point-by-point strategies that help us foster resilience in our lives. These can be daily rituals, which help you ground yourself with small repetitive actions. So, sitting down each morning with your coffee and your journal, writing whatever comes up for you that morning as you enjoy your coffee or your tea. Maybe walks. Maybe you do yoga. Maybe you run. Anything that you can do consistently to help yourself along your process that is going to foster your resilience and ground you. Small, repetitive actions. Connections with others. Leaning into safe spaces where grief can be seen. Maybe you join a support group. Maybe you're in a group on Facebook, like I mentioned earlier, and you just check in. Check in with other people, check in with a friend, send a text. Lean into those places that you know are safe, where your grief is seen and you feel heard. Give yourself permission to pause. Rest is resilience. Don't forget that. We all need to take some time to rest. Slowing down does not mean you're failing. It means you just need to take it easy for a moment. You'll get right back into it when your body feels ready. Take a nap. It's okay. Remembrance rituals. Lighting a candle. I have a candle lit behind me today. Speaking their names and keeping them alive. Keeping those we've lost alive through our stories, our words, our actions is an amazing part of our healing. It's something that we need to do in order to feel whole. We've lost something so important to us, and it's very difficult to let it go. So don't pick it up and carry it with you. It's okay. Help-seeking behaviors. Reach out. Reaching out is strength. Whether it's the support of a group, a community on Facebook, a community anywhere that can help you with your grief, or even a coach. A coach is a very good place to start. Of course, I'm a coach. And it is wonderful to have someone meet you where you are and walk beside you. I know I've said a few times, many times, that a coach and a therapist or a counselor are different things. We meet you exactly where you're at in your journey, and we help you move forward on the path that you choose. We don't dredge up your past. We don't try and fix you. We don't try and fix your childhood. You're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. You need someone to hear you and someone to help you heal. and someone to give you the tools to put in your toolbox. So when issues come up for you in the future, you will know how to handle them head on. You won't have to hide. You can heal. My number one is celebrating your micro wins. Some days surviving is thriving. Just remember that. Some days surviving is thriving. I got myself out of bed today. That's a win. So even the smallest win is still a win. Give yourself credit. It's a small accomplishment. It's still an accomplishment. I washed my hair today. I took a shower today. That's great. Those are wins. Celebrate yourself. So we move into rising and reclaiming. This is a little teaching segment as well that will help you rise beyond from survivor to thriver, as I mentioned up above, or as I mentioned a bit ago, up above in my notes. So grief changes you, but know that growth is possible. Not in spite of, but because of your grief. Growth is possible. Not in spite of, but because of your grief. You feel knocked down after a loss, and I want you to know that you can grow from it. Every experience that we think is going to break us is a growth experience. So explore your why now. What insight or passion has grief awakened in you? Grief has awakened my determination to move forward and to help others heal. That surprised the heck out of me. I was a therapeutic coach before. I never thought I would begin to specialize in grief. Grief was something that we always bury. We always keep it inside of ourselves. We don't talk about it. We don't all the cliches. That's how I always felt. And time will heal it. No, it doesn't. Time does not heal our wounds. Grief awakened a determination in me to move forward, to help, and to heal. The many losses in my life have helped me grow personally and professionally, and have all taught me many skills to help others in their process as well. And that's why I'm here today. I will be very honest with you if I haven't experienced a loss that you may be experiencing. But when I tell you I'm sorry, I mean it. When I tell you I don't know what to say to you to comfort you right now, I mean it. But I will listen. Many times that's what we need, is just to have someone sit with us and hear us and help us to explore our why and our insight and how this awakens a passion in us. This has taught me many skills, and I've learned many skills since to move forward and to help others, and as well to help myself. Nobody's grief story is the same. Nobody's grief experience is the same. So embracing duality. You can feel joy and pain. You can remember and move forward. This one was a little difficult for me to come up with my example for, because it's difficult for me to talk about. So can we feel joy and pain at the same time? Yes, we can. The night that my friend Mark passed away was devastating, to say the least. That night in the OR, when they removed the breathing tube, he had an hour to pass. Mark was an organ donor. He passed away with 5 minutes to spare. Leave it to him to wait till the last minute. Mark went on to help over 75 people with his gifts. At that moment of his passing, it was excruciatingly painful, but at the same time, I felt such amazing joy come over me. He was no longer here with us, but yet I knew he would live on in others. He went on to help save others just as he did in life. Mark was an amazing person. He was an EMT and a firefighter. So just as in life, he saved others in life, and he would after his last breath as well. I've had the honor of meeting his liver recipient. I think I mentioned that before. And it was such a healing experience for myself and for all of our friends and his family as well. To know that he lives on in someone else and he saved their life is amazing. So, as I bring myself back here, create meaning. Create meaning from your loss. Volunteer, mentor, speak their name. Help others when you see that they're struggling. Let somebody know when you are at the funeral home at a wake or at a celebration of life and you don't know what to say. Be honest. Don't say they're in a better place because we don't know, and that doesn't help. You've been there. It doesn't help for people to say that. Just say, I'm here. I'm sorry. We all now speak Mark's name often. We share stories about him every time we gather. I share a newfound passion for helping others as I began holding support groups. I love to help other people through their grief. I walk beside them on their very own pathway to peace. The greatest thing my friends and I do each and every time we see one another is we say, I love you. We make sure that we say it. And we appreciate them. We appreciate each other because we may not see them again. Tomorrow is not a promise. So, if you can anchor your new identity, what identities do you still hold after your loss? After my loss, what remains true? I am still what? I am a mother still. I am a coach still. I am a friend still. I'm a pet parent still. I'm a wife still. I'm a healer still. Though my parents are both gone, I'm a daughter still. I am love's continuation, always, and so are you. Remember what you still are. You're still here. The next chapter of your book just looks a little different, and that's okay. Live with intention. Choose how you want to show up, even when grief rides along with you. Today, I chose to show up for you. Even if grief is my co-pilot, here I am. I want to show up as the best coach that I can be. I want to show up for my clients and help them navigate their grief journey. I wake up every day and I try to set the intention that I'm going to do at least one good thing to help myself in my own healing, as well as share my story with others. And I help someone along the way. Live with intention. If you see someone else who is hurting and you've been there, don't be afraid to share with them that you know how they feel. If you know how they feel. Remember, no two grief stories are the same. Ask if you can hear theirs. Just as you like to talk about yours, someone else does as well. And it's healing to talk about our grief journey. So the final activity I have for today for you is claiming your future. So I want you to take a moment and write down what you want to create in your life moving forward. Don't worry if it's too long. Don't worry if you don't finish it. Just begin. Write down what do you want to create in your life moving forward. I have another story about my mom that I will share as my example here. Before she passed away, she was in a rehab nursing home. As you know, she had suffered a stroke and years later developed Alzheimer's. My dad had passed away in 1999, and my mom had her stroke in 1996. I learned to reach out for help from my siblings and friends and relation to help me with her cares after my dad passed away. But knowing she was not going to recover from the last setback, she had staff and doctors that would not listen to our requests. Support staff was not listening. We wanted her to move back to her apartment at the assisted living facility. Nobody was listening to us. After weekly meetings I, as her representative, had with the care team and the doctors and support staff, begging them every week to please let her move back, finally I got a yes. I had finally won. She would be moving back to her assisted living facility, into her apartment with her things. No one was going to pressure her anymore to try to walk, to try to do things that she knew she couldn't and, quite frankly, didn't want to anymore. I knew that it was only a matter of time before we put hospice in place for her. So I went back to my mom's room that day and I said, Mom, we won. She was so excited. She told me, I'm so happy I finally get to go home. I'm finally going home. I said, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for me. We won. So that evening, I went home, let them know at her apartment that she was going to be coming back the next day and I was going to be moving her back in. So they knew. And I went to bed that evening, prepared to have an exciting day the next day and bring my mom back to her apartment. So I went to bed that evening and I woke in the morning to my phone ringing. My mom had passed away during the night. I realized in that moment that her idea of home and mine were two different places. My mom longed to be with my dad, and now they were back together. He was her home, not an apartment, not bricks and a couch and a different bed to sleep in. It was my dad. So she had gone home to be with him. I use this metaphor as one of my biggest lessons in my own healing. We cannot ever know what another person's truth is. Ever. My mom's truth was that home wasn't bricks and a new place to sleep. It was home with my dad. She had missed him so much and wanted to be with him for many years. And now she had joined him. It was never her apartment or a rehab center. And I was happy. I was happy for her, sad for me, happy for her to be able to once again be with my father. So it was then that I realized that helping people would always be filled with hidden meanings. Sometimes we do not need to fix others. Sometimes we need to just stand beside them and walk their path and just be. And it's okay to just be. From that night forward, I knew my purpose was to help others carry their grief. Even though I coached in a very different way, I always reached out to people after a loss because I'd been there. I'd experienced the loss of a parent. I always hated to welcome my friends into the new group I hate to welcome them into the club, the I've lost my parents club. But as we get older, things happen. And even as we're younger, our people are taken from us. I walk beside many people, and it brings me joy to help them. The night when Zoe passed away, I know I've shared with a few of you about that, with our second Chinese crested having a heart attack after we lost our first one. I was ready to just shut it all down. I was devastated. But that very night was the first night I felt Bella's spirit. I felt her once again in my arms, here to take Zoe with her to the other side of the Rainbow Bridge. It shifted something in me that made me realize they weren't gone. They were still here beside me. And I have learned over the years that those who have passed before me are always in some way still here with me. They're still here with you. In a smile when we think about them, in the laughter we hear in a child when they watch a video of something silly that grandpa did, in the smallest things we see that remind us of our person. They're still here. Even in that last swept up hair in that dustpan left behind after we lose a pet, they never really leave us. Pieces of our people and our pets are always still here with us. We carry them forward in our hearts, into our future, and they become part of our healing story. So the vision of the future. My vision of the future that I'm writing is that I wanted to build a grief community that reaches thousands of people. That's my goal. I want to help as many people as I can along their journey. I want to write new programs all the time to help people heal. If I learn something new, I want to share it with you. I want to share the little tips and tricks and put new tools in your toolbox to help you along your journey too. I want to honor my parents, my brother-in-law, aunts and uncles, grandparents, Mark, Cooper, Bella, and Zoe, etc. with every life that I touch. Every lesson that I learned from those who have gone before me, I want to share with the people I help. And I want them to share the stories of their people with me. We heal together. So the action steps. Next is, what action steps will you take to help your story come to fruition? So you've written your story. You've gotten your vision for the future. Now the action steps of how you're going to do that. So when I say I want to rebuild that community or build a community, I'm going to share my story on Facebook weekly. I want to teach others about anticipatory grief and let them know that it's real. And I want to host monthly support groups to help others in their healing. Healing is possible. I do want to thank all of you for coming to listen to this second half of our training today. I want to invite you all to share your story, share any questions. If anyone would like to reword their grief statement or their vision, please feel free to write it in the comments or send it to me via chat. Let me know what came up for you today. Send me a message. I'm very excited to hear. So today we covered rising and reclaiming, creating a new chapter, claiming your new future, and learning step by step that you can carry your grief with you. Indy, shh, sorry. So today you will begin reclaiming your power, not by forgetting your loved one, but by including them in your healing. Creating a new chapter does not mean closing the book on your grief. It means writing the next page with intention. With the memory beside you, carrying along every step of the way, you now get to decide what kind of life will you be building to honor those that you've lost. And how will this serve you in your healing? Grief may have rewritten your past, but today you get to reclaim it. You reclaim your future. It is yours to write. It will not look the way it once did, but it still can be beautiful. It can still be very meaningful, and you get to rise with it, not in spite of what happened, but because you choose to live with love, resilience, and purpose. I want to thank you again for joining me today, and thanks for opening your hearts and your wounds. It's not easy to share, but you did, and you've written a lot, and you've started on your journey. You showed up for your own healing. I am deeply honored to walk beside you on this path. Tomorrow we rise together, and when we do, it will not be about leaving anyone or anything behind us. It will be about rising with everything that we carry and choosing to move forward anyway. Once again, I would like you to gently close your eyes and relax. Take those deep breaths in. And exhale. Another deep breath in. And exhale. Put your hand on your heart. I honor my grief, but I will not be bound by it. I choose to rise, to heal, to reclaim my life. My past shaped me, but it will not define me. Today I step forward with courage, embracing the journey ahead with hope, resilience, and love. I am worthy of joy, and I create a future that honors both my loss and my growth. Like the phoenix, I will rise again. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this half of our training. Let me know in the comments, please, if you would like more of these trainings. Don't forget to join the group, Navigating Grief and Loss. And please don't forget to reach out to me if you think you would like to discuss your healing journey. And if one of the programs I have might be able to help you along your journey as well. Invite others to join. Share this video with others if you wish. I thank you again for joining me today. And if you would like to see a way forward, please contact me. We'll schedule a call and we'll see if we're a fit to work together. I hope you have a beautiful day. And it's Thursday after tomorrow. Enjoy your weekend. I hope your weather's good. We're not doing so hot here in Wisconsin. It's rainy and chilly. Have a great day. Again, thank you. Bye-bye.